Hi everybody. Hi everybody. This is Sherry and I am the owner of Succulent Babies. I am also found on Facebook and I am on eBay and also on Etsy. eBay and Etsy. So I wanted to tell you I'm so welcomed by your appreciation to me and my channel by showing that you really enjoy my channel. Please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you like it. I'm coming out with a lot more stuff for the springtime and summertime. A lot of it is going to be a lot of small succulent gardens that I do, and I do a lot of plant identification, and I do a lot of small plant gardens, and I use a lot of cactus, a lot of succulents, and I just create a lot. I have a whole yard and a whole nursery full of amazing plants. This is a string of dolphins. If you've never seen one, this is raindrops, as small as they are, aeoniums. I just want to come back over here. When it comes to Succulent Babies, and that's what the name of my channel is, and that is the name of my Facebook group, I started out back about 5 years ago on Facebook, and I was only doing small succulent babies, and that's where I stayed at. I really tend to like to start small babies from small plants, whether it's from any kind of a succulent plant, whether it's jade, whether it's sedum, whether it's aeoniums, as many as there are many endless babies that are always available for you to start to try to grow. Okay, so I wanted to also tell you there's many ways of starting a lot of these babies to root. Okay, so you can use any kind of container. I have small pots, I have little cups. Drainage is very important, but not really if you're just trying to control the water. This is a new thing that they have where it's, you fill in the pot with the succulents and then you hang that up. Small pots, like I mentioned, decorative pots. I've got so many that it's endless. And or you could just use plastic cups. You could cut them down with a X-Acto knife and make them into smaller cups if you need to grow them in any kind of container. It should have some drainage. If not, if you're not going to be watering them too much, then it would be just fine just leaving them. As you can tell, this is a thick Valentine box, and I was creating stuff for my pictures that I was taking, and I just thought that it was really important to look over the succulent babies. So let's talk about the succulent babies and why I'll tell you why I love them. I started off like 5 years ago. I was fascinated by the fact that they create smaller ones from the small leaves that they either they drop naturally, or what you could do is you could take a plant and take the leaves off and propagate them. By propagation, I mean that you lay them down on the soil and they start to grow on their own. And I was just fascinated with the baby ones because there was such a variety out there. I could go without looking for a month. I would come back and I would find these little tiny babies on a lot of my leaves, and I just adored them. And so I started creating small gardens with them. I would use fairies. I use a lot of toys that I have, little baskets, little people that, figurines, many things could be used in the making of a small garden. Now here's what I want to tell you. In the next couple of months, I am going to be doing live small miniature succulent gardens. What I mean by that is it's going to have live grass growing in some of the planters with maybe a house and some people in it, and it's going to be the cutest thing you've ever seen. And I also do small wildflower seed, and I use that inside of my small gardens as well. So creating these small gardens takes time, takes a lot of patience. And I did one for Christmas, and it was the living Christmas tree made from a small succulent plant that I had, and I had the succulents growing out of it because of the peat moss and the moss that was growing on it. And I use a lot of natural stuff that I make sure that the succulents survive and that they do well. Of course, there's a lot that goes into it. Some of them have to stay outside. They cannot be brought inside, okay? So a lot of them will go outside, and then you start from a base and you just start filling them in with small little succulents, and you could use little rocks, little seashells, little houses, and you just create a one-of-a-kind little garden. And I love that. I love that. And I want to tell you something. The smaller they are, the cuter it becomes. And it just, a lot of patience goes into it. But to adore these, to like these so much, they're amazing. Sometimes what I end up doing is I have about 200 or more of them, and I have to actually place these in soil today. I have great potting soil that I use. I do use containers. I don't usually use paper ones or cardboard. I'll just fill them and put them back into something. And I like I said, I have a huge garden full around the corner there. I think I'll show you what I'm talking about, because you would never know how many I actually have until you see. So I have them all here, have them growing here. I have a lot of crest and aeoniums growing here. I have Korean plants that are growing, mountain rose, rainbow achivias, and then these trays I use as well to start the little babies off when they grow into them. And as you can see, they grow. And then I just have so many. I just keep adding more and more and creating, certain little gardens with them. Here we are. Hope you can see them all. Sedums, all by color. Some of them I start from the seed that I collect. She fell over because she's top heavy. We gotta fix you. They seed. Very nice crest. And then there's more here. And I'm starting another garden place over here. I have them here. Here's a crest. Sometimes you look, you come back and you're like, oh wow, it's made a different kind of succulent. Sunburst. Aeoniums. Yeah, so pretty. And then these awesome planters. I paint and I change the color of them. I don't keep them the same. I never keep anything the same, actually. I end up changing things that are just so cute. And then getting the kind of succulents that are amazing. Let's look at it in the sunshine. Look at that. So you see, and then the smaller they are, the more easier they are to, collect and get them to grow. And I'll come through here and I'll just pick up the baby ones. Here's a whole bunch of them in there. They've just fallen off the mother plant. There's some babies. Yeah, really cool. I'm going to propagate some of these. Propagate these. I have a string of dolphins that came from seed that are doing really, really well. Now these are part shade, part sun. Remember, some plants don't really like too much. yeah, so I'm excited. If you're here watching my video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and we have a lot to look forward to. Planting the live gardens, like I mentioned. And if you have any questions, please leave a message and I'll answer you back. And you have a great day from Succulent Babies. Bye-bye for now.